So I wanted to go over a couple different add-ons that I think make Elementor a pretty powerful page builder, especially when you compare it to the other builders and the extensions that they have. And so I wanted to list the top 5 that I found most useful. Now I've used these throughout different projects, not all of these at the same time, of course, just because it bloats your page up with a bunch of scripts that are unnecessary, and some of the features of one add-on could be duplicate in another one. They could have the same type of add-ons, and we'll see an example of that in a little bit. But and this is in no particular order, this is just the plugins that I feel, or the add-ons that I feel are the best. But the one thing I did do was number 5, the last one in this list, is my favorite, the one that I tend to use for the majority of my projects, depending on what we're after. And so yeah, the first one is premium add-ons for Elementor, and I'll leave a link in the description. But what's cool about this is that they have a free and a pro version of this. So let's just take a look at the free ones, and I highlighted one in this tab right here. And what this does is it just basically focuses on the front end design of everything. So this is a horizontal scroll widget, and you can find it somewhere here, but if you scroll down you can see all of the different kind of front end widgets that they have. So this is, I guess, what they focus on. But if you look at this page, I'm scrolling down and the page scrolls horizontally as opposed to vertically. And this is kind of a trend I've been seeing on some websites these days, at least 2019, 2020 type sites. So this is something pretty cool. If you guys want to check this out and look at all of the front end stuff that they have, I think these are pretty cool. So yeah, you can't go wrong with premium add-ons. They're pretty popular. You can also find it in the WordPress plugin repository. So give that one a look once you have time. And this is the second one. This is essential add-ons. And I know this one's pretty popular because they've had add-ons for different builders. And this is actually a pretty cool one. So I've highlighted a couple of different widgets that they have, or different elements that they use, that I feel can be pretty useful in all your site designs. You can scroll through them and see them all. But I highlighted a couple that just caught my eye, something that I haven't seen in many of the add-ons. Of course, these can be duplicate, but here you can see this is the content ticker. And that's pretty cool. If you scroll down, they'll give you an example. And if you're running some sort of a news site, you can add different posts that'll automatically scroll, and you can add this at the top of your site, for instance, on top of your header, so that you can give people what's trending or whatever the case is. I think that's pretty cool. And then another pretty cool feature that I think this has is the sticky video. So if I go ahead and play this video, and I'm going to mute it, and then I end up scrolling down, it kind of has that YouTube feature to where you can see the video playing, and it's playing right here. I guess this is a bug, because it was right here before, but still I think this is pretty cool. This is like kind of a YouTube feature that I think makes sense if you're running a bunch of videos on your site. I actually run videos on my site, so I'm curious to see if I would ever implement it, but if I do, I'll definitely let you guys know. But this is what I think a cool feature. And if we move on to Ultimate Elementor, this is actually the add-on that ships with the Astra premium theme. At least the agency version. That's the one I have, that's the one I pay for. And the reason why I like it so much is because apart from all the widgets that are added, I mean, you can go look at it on this page, but it has a bunch of starter templates that I've used before that I think are pretty cool. And then if you want to extend your site to some sort of a course type site, they also have templates for that type of stuff, and they're continuously coming out with a bunch of different types of sites so that you can just use these as a starting point. I think this is pretty cool, and for anyone who's watched any of my other videos, I'm a big fan of the don't repeat yourself method, so this is something I'd recommend to everyone. Then next we have Power Pack. This is also another popular one, and then the same thing applies for this one. You can go ahead and use a bunch of their different widgets that they have, but one of the ones that caught my attention is the WooCommerce My Account page. Now, you can customize it using this particular plugin, although there are other ways to customize it. But I know WooCommerce is a thing where people have a lot of trouble, or at least some difficulty in kind of customizing. So you can see one of the images right here that it shows you that instead of having that default WooCommerce account page that has the tabs kind of sticking out on the left hand side or kind of in a row, it looks kind of bland, and you can customize it here. I think that's pretty cool, and it gives you a bunch of different options where you can do so. But the last, and I think the most important, the most comprehensive add-on that I found that I've used and tested for Elementor is dynamic content for Elementor. And I've used this before in one of my other videos, and I currently use it on my site. Now, if you look at all the widgets, I want you to take a look at what they do, because it focuses more on a developer type of thing. So if you look at the forms information that we have, the conditional fields for Elementor Pro, dynamic tag tokens, all of these are dynamic data that can't be reproduced, or at least done with any other add-on. And you can see that a pretty good amount of this extension has different functionality that you can build if you were a developer, but I guess this makes it pretty easy for you. So let me give you an example. So you have some dynamic posts here, and I'll show you how it works like on my end, but these are all dynamic, so you can create your own custom loops here, and then if you want filterable stuff, you can do the same exact thing. And here's another one. This is the reason how why I first got exposed to this plugin, was because of the dynamic visibility. I used it a long time ago, but I never kind of looked back. And so you can hide content or show content based on a variety of different kind of conditions. So you can do so by user role, by the device, by the date and time, a bunch of different things. And here's an example of that. So I'm on my site right here, and this is just the homepage. This is actually a test site, but this is a dynamic post widget that they have, and this applies to all widgets, not just the dynamic Elementor, like dynamic content for Elementor widgets. So if I go to the end, you can see visibility, and say I want to show this only to administrative users. So I'm going to enable visibility, and then under user role, I'm going to click on and type the administrator role, and then I'm just going to update this. And there's a bunch of different things that I can configure here. And so if I click on update and I reload the page in an incognito window, because I'm not going to be logged in as an administrator, you can see that it doesn't show here. And so that's what I wanted to show with this plugin. I think these are the top 5 Elementor add-ons that you can use today to give more life, to give more functionality to your website. And so if you use a combination of any one of these, I think you'll be in good shape. I wouldn't use any of these together just because they'll bloat your page, but if you find a need to do so, I would recommend it. But for the majority of everything I need, even for the front end stuff, I would recommend dynamic content for Elementor. And again, I'm not affiliated with these guys. I just am showing you the best product that I found in terms of an add-on for Elementor. So let me know what you guys think, if you guys have used this before, or if there are any other Elementor add-ons that kind of perform the same functionality. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something. Like and subscribe if you guys liked the video, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.